Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer. Have you ever found yourself just convinced that there always seems to be more work in the day than there are hours to get it done? What if we could give you a few ideas to help grab some of that time back for yourself? That's what's up next on today's Tips on Tuesday. So I had an email sent to me the other day about a study that took place at the University of California, Irvine. And in this study, they examined the effect of the interruptions that each and every one of us tend to go through on a daily basis at work and what that did to our longer term efficiency. And on average, what they discovered is that most of us, kind of in an office environment, are interrupted on average about every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes. And on average, to take that out another step, what they discovered is that it took about 24 minutes beyond those interruptions to get ourselves back into the groove, so to speak, so that we could get focused and continue on with our work. Now, most of you will look at that and go, okay, well, wait a second, every 3 minutes, 24 minutes. Listen, every 3 minutes might be an email. It might be a text message, all right? It may be a phone call from somebody, but there's distractions all over our workplace. So what I want to do for you here today is just to kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that we can do to take that time back. One of the classic and perhaps the most effective technique is something called time blocking. All right, that's within your schedule to set aside specific time in order to get things done, whether it's a couple of hours a day, whether it's out your entire day, whether it's an entire week of time that you block out way ahead of time. Whatever your level of comfort with this technique will determine how much of that you do. So what I'm telling you is that a lot of us, we plan a part of our day to walk around or to go and see people or to make phone calls, to follow up, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you don't necessarily have to plan this time, but if you find yourself getting a lot of distraction when you start to go into the unplanned section of your day and it makes you less efficient as a result, maybe you should set aside time, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to some of that unproductive work. And by unproductive work in terms of our industry, you're talking about putting together loan files or maybe following up and stacking some of your loans and putting your file documents together, that type of thing, whether you're a loan officer or a processor or an underwriter, anyone within our industry that has any capacity to deal with that type of administrative work. Now, if you're not comfortable with scheduling out your entire day or your entire week, remember what we mentioned a little earlier in a tip on Tuesdays, making little incremental changes, very little slight changes, but carrying them through on a consistent basis. Maybe you're only comfortable with time blocking out your morning. Maybe you want to take the first couple of hours of your day to read the industry news, to catch up on your files and make sure that you're completely up to date and squared away with what you need to do with the rest of your day. Maybe you're good with time blocking a little in the morning and a little bit in the afternoon. Maybe toward the end of your day, you're good with time blocking to prepare for the next morning so you can hit the ground running right when you get to the office. Whatever works for you, but the point here is to have a plan. Right? You've got to sit down and scratch out a plan for yourself so that you can help to keep as focused as you can. If you notice, a lot of the successful football teams in the NFL, their head coaches or their offensive coordinators will script the first 5, the first 10, the first 20 plays of the game because they don't want to get distracted by what's happening in the game. They've got a game plan that they want to stick to, and it's not until they get themselves into the game and into the flow of the game that they'll move off of that script. It's a similar idea in the workplace. Use a script. Scratch out a plan for yourself, and you'll find that it'll help you to be much more efficient throughout your day. We'll see you next week. And remember, only you can stop you.